Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Michaela Peters. My computer's been doing this terrible thing where when I'm trying to record these, it just deletes everything and it's very frustrating. So basically what I was saying before it didn't record was I'm trying to get these done real quick before my grandmother comes back, and it's kind of fun being at her house because I get to borrow all her earrings and her tops, which if you're wondering where I get my earring obsession from, maybe it's genetic. So I'm here in Maryland today where my grandmother lives, and I'm sort of at this crossroad in my life thinking about where do I want to end up, and I'm thinking more seriously about maybe I want to move to Maryland. So while I jokingly, not jokingly, have this whole 5-year agenda planned out, I'm thinking about, well, what if I want to move to Maryland, and what if that's going to be my home base instead of my childhood home for the next upcoming years? And I'm thinking about whether it makes sense to take on a bunch of debt in the form of a mortgage to be able to do this, and whether that's even, an option, all this down payment nonsense, and, I don't know. On my Russian videos, people are commenting, like, during the Soviet Union, my relative was given an apartment for free, and I'm like, yeah, well, wouldn't that be nice? And I know that's true because people in Kyrgyzstan used to tell me that. I think in Finland, it's more that people tend to rent out things rather than just buy and own things. In the US, owning a home is a big deal. Why? I don't know. It's the American dream that's supposedly dead. And if I get a house, I'm definitely going to have like a million roommates. My mom hates this idea of like living with random people. I've been doing it for so long. To me, it's just second nature. I just don't like when I live with people who don't do dishes. It's like my one OCD thing. So yeah, I guess this video today will be me talking more about just, considering what if I move to Maryland, and is this what I want to do? Because now that I'm sort of in the middle of nowhere where my grandmother lives, I'm having this kind of like moment to think about, what do I want my life to look like? And a lot of people are like, where do you think you're going to settle down? And to be honest, I have no idea. Will I settle down when I actually like get married and have a kid? Maybe not. Maybe we'll keep moving around too. Maybe we'll be nomadic. I have no idea. But I do know I need like some sort of home base. You need to receive mail somewhere and all this stuff. I know people are like, you could get a P.O. box. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to figure out how to talk more about this housing search thing in a way that is still, not maybe revealing too much information out here on the internet, because that is a concern now that I am growing in, scope, I suppose, and getting a lot of, interest from other people. The other thing I was talking about was finally getting diagnosed with ADHD, and oh, my grandmother's coming back. All right, let me try to do this real quick. All right, so basically, I finally got that. I was really wanting to go to a psychiatrist and get an ADHD prescription. That's not going to happen yet. And I'm like, all right, I've been waiting all year for this neuropsych eval. That was the highlight of the year. And I feel like now that I've done most of the things that I could have done, it's been almost 12 months since I've been back, that I'm finally going to be able to, move on and think about the next stage of my life, which is the moving out stage. So this will be very interesting. Maybe I can kind of sort of document this as I go along in a way that is, again, not too revealing, but that's definitely what I'm going to think about, as I begin this next stage of my life, sort of thinking about that. And I really believe that like you can reach all your goals. And the other thing I talked about real quick is that this is the book club book that I keep mentioning, and in here it talks about how having hope and kind of setting goals for the future and letting all those things happen is very important, and believing that you can do them. So I believe that I can get a house. Maybe this is my next goal that I'm super obsessed with, because probably it's my autistic obsession, like TBH. And that's what I'm going to keep thinking about while I'm in Maryland for a few more days, visiting my grandmother and thinking more about whether I want to move here. So let's think more about that. And I'm going to have to end this before my grandmother comes in and starts making a lot of noise. So, all right, until tomorrow, and I'll think more about what I want to talk about in terms of the housing stuff. And also, please let me know any other questions that you may have about that you may find interesting. I can also talk about like what I've been doing so far in terms of like checking out on Zillow, and I did make a video about this in Russian. Maybe I'll do an English version and be more like, this is what I'm thinking. All right, bye.